Welcome to Puneet's Astrology. This is another video for the Saturn's transit on different zodiac signs. This is my analysis for the Gemini. For the Gemini Ascendant and Gemini Moon sign, how will the position of Saturn in the Sagittarius sign going to affect you? Let us discuss more on that. Now, for the Gemini Ascendant, Saturn rules the 8th house and the 9th house. Saturn will be in the 7th house. So before understanding the actual result of this movement or position of Saturn for the Gemini, we must understand what 8th house and the 9th house is. For Gemini, 8th house will be the Capricorn sign and the 9th house will be the Aquarius sign. Both are ruled by Saturn. 8th house is secret, hidden things, sudden transformation. It is those things which you cannot see. It is invisible to your eye, it is underground, it is hidden, it is secretive, it is government taxes, something which is long hidden to you, chronic disease. It is also the house from which we see longevity. It is also the strength of your disputes. It is also the gains from all legal battles that you see. Now there comes 9th house. One more thing, 8th house is also the occult, the mysticism, supernatural, astrology, mantra vidya, and any secret hidden knowledge is seen from the 8th house, ruled by Saturn now for the Gemini. Then is the Aquarius sign. Aquarius sign is in the 9th house. Aquarius itself is the sign of high hopes, high ambitions, because it is the natural 11th house of the Zodiac sign. It falls into the 9th house. 9th house is dharma. Anything which is spiritual, philosophical, and of higher realm, something which is divine blessings, which is godly, which is way above our understanding, that is the 9th house. The 9th house is also the house of destiny, fate, or bhagya, as you say. That house contains the Aquarius, the sign of hopes and ambitions and gain from your karma. That is placed in the 9th house. Then comes Saturn in the 7th house. So what will this Saturn do? First of all, we have to see that Saturn is placed in the sign of Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. So basically Saturn is in the sign of Dharma, because Sagittarius is the natural 9th house. So now you see, Saturn is in the 7th house, which is having the natural 9th house Sagittarius zodiac sign, and the 9th house for Gemini ascendants have 11th house. That means the Aquarius sign. This particular information is for all astrologers or enthusiasts out there. If you have learned a bit of astrology, you will understand what I just said. But how to understand what will happen actually? To understand that, first we have to understand what Saturn is. Saturn is some kind of a judge which will tell you that this is your karma and therefore you are going to get this result. So whenever the phase of Saturn comes, or wherever Saturn sits, Saturn tries to make you work hard for that, because Saturn wants you to work and understand that particular realm, and then you will get the result. Saturn also makes you very much disciplined, because Saturn is without discipline you cannot achieve anything. Saturn is the planet of karma and the results of karma. So he says, until and unless you do karma, you cannot achieve anything, and to get something out of karma, first thing that you have to do is to be repetitive, disciplined, and orderly. And that is why Saturn rules the entire law and order and the judgment system or the judicial system from the astrological point of view. Now 7th house is also the house of marriage, legal partnership. 7th house is basically everything that you see in this world. You is the first house, whatever you see from your eyes is the 7th house. But primarily 7th house is the house of marriage, it is the house of spouse, it is also the house of business, it is also the strength of your career. Now, what will Saturn do in this 7th house? To understand this position, first of all we have to understand the actual position of Saturn with respect to the zodiacs which it rules. So first of all, from the 8th house Saturn is 12th, and from the 9th house it is 11th in 7th house. The first thing that I see is troubled marriage. Why troubled marriage? Maybe because of immaturity, you have been fighting a lot. There were many arguments and you may have moved yourself up to the point of divorce. Saturn will try to stop that. And it won't be easy. If there's a problem, Saturn will say you have to work upon it. So it's a delay of everything. To get married, you have to work really hard. To get rid of marriage, you have to work really hard. Because Saturn wants you to give that judicial or the religious chance to undo all the negativity that you have done knowingly or unknowingly. So first thing, Saturn will make all the romanticism vanish away, will make you understand the practicality of the marriage, will make you understand that what your spouse actually needs from you. What is the necessity? Or this time you have to really work for your spouse. Otherwise you will find this marriage going into some very big disturbance. Because 8th house Lord is in the 7th house. So it won't bring many sudden transformation, but one big certain transformation, because 8th house Lord is now in the 7th house. This also shows a lot of secrecy in marriage. So don't try to keep things secret, because if you will keep things secret, 8th house will get activated. And this Saturn will say, okay, you have kept the things secret, let me now teach you. So Saturn will pull you, literally pull you and put into the path of dharma. Because remember, Saturn is obtaining its energy from the sign of Sagittarius. It's the Devguru Brihaspati's Rashi. It will not allow you to do any illegal, immature, unnatural things. By any chance, if you have been going through a phase or bad phase of marriage, this is the time you can actually work on that and improve it. If you are looking to get married, certainly you will get married, but you have to go to through the dharmic path. By dharmic path, I mean is you have to wait and really search, and you have to go through all possible circumstances. You cannot break something, because Saturn is bondage. Saturn is circumstances which are very hard to digest. Because Saturn wants to put obstacles to you so that you work to get rid, and automatically you don't believe that by sitting it will automatically move away. Saturn wants you to move mountains. So this time it may happen that because of certain health issues of your spouse or your health issues, you may go to long distance travel. Again, this is the general prediction. This will only happen if it is really in your horoscope. But since 8th house Lord is in 7th house, and 8th house is called chronic ailments, and it is also ruled, Saturn also rules the 9th house, it shows long distance journey because of some health issues of your spouse. So do really take care when the matters of health comes. Do not neglect any health issues, at least in this year. Otherwise it will be like you will be finding doctors and you will go to long distance and you have to travel long to find a good doctor or a solution. Saturn will say, I want you to work hard for that. He will ask you to work for everything. So first thing, you may seem that this is a very struggling time, but I don't think, because if Saturn gives you the gain, remember this gain will be from the 8th house, and 8th house gives you unimaginable amount of gains. Also remember, 9th house Lord is in 7th house, it is 11th from itself. That means you will also get divine blessings. The only thing that you have to do is to work through the path of dharma, be as much spiritual as possible. Since Saturn is subordinates and Saturn is underprivileged people, do help anyone who is underprivileged. Try to help by any possible means that you can get, especially by education. Then you will see that this Saturn is giving you the actual effects of 9th house and sudden transformations, which is divine and positive in nature. So this Saturn will make you think towards yourself, because Saturn's aspect will be on the Lagna, that means on you. So because of the Saturn's aspect is on you, and for the zodiac signs, means the Rashi, for the person who have Gemini as Rashis, since Saturn will aspect the moon, your internal transformation will start happening. You will see a complete change, a complete transformation in a positive direction. A lot of works which were pending from long, now you will try to complete that task. Next aspect comes is business and your job. Saturn wants you to become workaholic. It has been, the time is gone now. Saturn was long in 6th house for you. Saturn has given you enough job changes and all those things. Now Saturn wants you to sit back, work hard for your career, work hard for your success. And literally, Saturn wants you to be alone. Because 7th house is surroundings and Saturn wants loneliness. So you may feel that it should not be a surprise to you if you lose some friends at this time. Because Saturn will filter out things. Any unwanted thing, Saturn will take it away. So whatever remains with you was actually beneficial for you. So you will understand that once the time progresses. So don't panic if you see that people are fighting with you. People are being very much ignorant about you. You are trying to preach people what is right and what is wrong, and you are trying to hold on things. Don't try to hold on things. You will only lose then. Let it happen what is going to happen. Because on one way it is a bit negative for the Gemini guys, but on one way, if one simple thing is being followed, means if you go by the rule book, the copybook style of life, you won't find any issues in life. But if you will try to break out, change the circumstances, you will not be able to do. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have been looking for a job and now there is a one job change. Then it will be a continuous work without a change for the next 2 years. Because Saturn wants you to sit and understand that the time has come to work more and more towards a particular thing rather than jumping around and searching a lot of answers from outside. Now Saturn says search answers in your inside. He will lock you in a room lonely, and he will ask you, understand about your life. This is a time where you need to assess your potential and you have to work on your potential. Also, you have to understand what your weak points are. Now the weak points will come out. 8th house Lord is in 7th house. Every unwanted things will be revealed. Now guys who have some chronic diseases, long hidden diseases and chronic health issues may see that their issues are being creeped out. It is coming out. But that is good. Long it was hidden, now it has come out. Now Saturn also rules the 9th house, so it will give you the medicine to cure also. Okay, it will make you work, but eventually he will give you every possible means to solve things. You only need to open your eyes and not get depressed by the work or the amount of work Saturn is asking you to do. Finances, Saturn will give you everything. Because Saturn's third aspect is in its own Rashi. Bhagya will always support you. Luck will always favor you. But only if you will work. The moment you stop working, luck will stop favoring you. Saturn does not believe in luck. Saturn says, run for it. I will give you everything. But if you don't work, I won't give you. You are born to work. That's it. This is what Saturn says. And Saturn will always give you judgments. You have done good, you will get good. You have done bad, you will get bad. So the guys who have a bad Saturn in their horoscope, or who are actually seeing these circumstances and slowly if you feel that it is being very difficult to cope up with, the only thing that you have to do is start helping the underprivileged. The more happy and innocent and more innocent smiles you will see in the people's faces, your life will become joyful and happy. Because Saturn is a ruler of underprivileged people. Saturn rules those people who do not have actually access to all those luxuries that you have right now. It can be very simple thing, that just to give water, give some extra money to your servants, or help your subordinate from their problem. Do anything that is possible with you without any amount. The money does not matter, because Saturn doesn't say that I want $1 billion or I want 1,000 rupees upay. No. Saturn says your karma matters. Even if you don't have money, you go and help a stray dog, feed him a biscuit. That is what Saturn asks from you. Saturn wants karma, not the amount of karma. Saturn wants to see what your efforts is and how much heart you can give to your efforts. It's my request, please help as many people as you can. Especially do not insult any guru, pandit or brahman, because Saturn is in a very sattvic rashi. Saturn will be very angry if you make any holy person angry. So if you see a person who is actually a pandit, or who is an underprivileged pandit, who does not have luxuries of life, or who is really struggling for small things in life, if you can help him, it will be very great. Always remember Saturn as a planet of karma. It gives you bondage, it gives you confinement, it puts you in a repetitive job. But why? Because he wants you to be under the law. So by this point, I also remember one more point. For the business, because 7th house is also business. So everyone who is in construction business, iron business, petrochemicals, gemstones, anything that comes from the ground, which is hidden, you have to really give a lot of hard work to achieve. But you will not get or see the results, you may not get the results now, but eventually when you will get that result, you will thank yourself and thank Saturn for the amount of work he asked you to do, or he made you to do. That powerful this yoga is for you. Work hard, work countless hours, do not think about the consequences, but just work, just act. That is what Saturn is asking from you. Act. Act for the sake of act, not for the sake of getting something out of the act. Saturn's 10th aspect on the 4th house also shows that there can be some house change. There will be some sthan parivartan. You can change your city because of your job or your business. So if you're not legal in what you're doing, then you are going to be in a great problem. That sudden transformation will not be good for you. You have to be having a detailed paperwork, and everything should be properly by law and order. Anything out of dharma way. What do you mean by dharma way? Means anything out of the rules of the society, you will be confined to correct that. And do not preach, because this time you will preach a lot. Especially in your marriage, you will preach your wife a lot. Instead of talking and preaching things that what you know, let me tell others, no, help others, be disciplined, and the more you remain quiet and consolidate that energy within you, you will find this same Jupiter guiding you to a particular light that will actually enlighten you by its own brightness, that will enlighten the path towards your own success. So that was my analysis for the Gemini ascendants and moon sign. Next video will be for the Cancer or Kark ascendant and the moon sign. Do subscribe my channel below by clicking the subscription button so that you get automatic notifications to my videos that I upload. A lot more videos coming soon. Stay tuned.